What if I told you that with a tap of your finger you could carry a parenting expert in your pocket to help you stop nagging your kids? Marble Jar is the app that brings families together to set clear goals, create great habits, and give everyone something to celebrate. It's a simple and fun way to eliminate fighting and track progress so that both kids and parents get what they really want. Download Marble Jar and let the good times roll.
So I want to go behind the scenes of Marble Jar and know where the idea came from. And when did the idea actually happen? When did this idea come up?
I had the idea this past summer, I would say. So summer 2010. I took Vicki's class 2.5 years ago, a while ago now. Yeah. And the natural question when you take her class is, where's my kit of tools? Because I don't want to have to buy a whiteboard and sticky pads and a gavel. Because the tools somehow become really important. And I, of course, am techie and I prefer everything to be on my gadget. So I originally had this huge scope creep app with, you know, family meetings and allowance and dinner planning and calendar and everything. And then tried to boil it down to sort of the core ideas, which for me, in your world, you call them appreciations, and I renamed them bright spots because I didn't want it to be just about the sentence of appreciating, but that it was sort of slightly more global to be bright spot. And then also the YAZA, yes as soon as, which is sort of your combination of the whiteboard checklist and I don't know, some
privileges and responsibilities.
Yeah, that's it. And so for those of you who haven't taken Parenting on Track, these are some of the skills that we practiced together as a family that changed our lives. And so I wanted to coalesce them so that you didn't need to know Parenting on Track to be able to use them. Mm-hmm. But it would certainly help. They dovetail.
So, you know, the whole concept of using a Marble Jar to keep track of appreciations and family goals, to me, it makes a ton of sense because it's very, very practical. It's something that it's an app that you can take with you everywhere. You know, the disadvantage of an actual Marble Jar is
here we go, kids!
A little cumbersome.
Yeah, it's just not something that busy people can, you know, really keep track of. You can say you're going to get a marble for that, but by the time you get home, you're cooking dinner. It's just not as practical as having the app with you.
And it can be on lots of devices so that you can, you know, families with parents in different places can check in on the pantry and see what you're working towards. And you can have multiple jars going at once. So you can have itty bitty ones for a routine, a morning routine where there are just 5 items every day, and then you can have huge, enormous ones for things, long-term family goals.
Yeah, big vacation to...
We're the kind of family that likes to make memories and together and share travel. Right, I mean, there are a million apps out there, and basically everything that exists on Earth could have an app. So what's app-worthy? I don't know yet. I mean, this app hasn't even come to market, so we don't know for sure that it's going to be a sustainable model. One of the things that makes me feel good about its chance of success is that virtually every parent that I talk to, virtually, can imagine themselves using it. Now, will they stick to it? Will it change their lives? I can't promise that. But we're trying to build into it some tools that will make it great. And my development team is in LA. I've worked with a lot of people in Vermont before, but this was, I sort of treed to them through friends who are helping me develop the app, and they've had great experiences with these guys who, so far, so good. I don't know.
Now, well, also, I mean, you know, what's your goal with the app? Is it to, you know, sell a bazillion copies and retire to Barbados?
Exactly a bazillion. That's in fact what's in the business plan. No. Well, so that actually has been a question, right? I mean, are we really just trying to sell as many as possible? So our marketing pitch would be speaking to people's comfort zone already, like the star chart, which is the iReward star chart, our biggest competitor, is best in their class. Or do we want to try to differentiate ourselves and potentially limit our market and maybe do a little bit more teaching and changing people's lives? And we're heading that way. We're trying to be sort of simple and still a little bit evolutionary in the way people parent. Mm-hmm. And we're keeping it simple in the app, but allowing sort of supportive information on Vicky's site, on our site, you can shake the app for some parenting tips and use tips to challenge you and take you outside of your normal parenting box. So hopefully you will take advantage of some of the forums and other information that we're going to provide.
So, I mean, has the whole process of developing the app been basically what you expected, or, has it been more or less challenging?
Nothing's ever, I mean, and it's true about parenting, true about life. Nothing's ever how you expect it. So you can set out clear expectations at the beginning and have everyone be on board, but you have to revisit those expectations. And that is a great example of what the marble jar is good for, because you sit down, you set expectations with your kids, but as you grow and change and circumstances change, you have to go back in and shift what the skills and goals are. And that's what it's like for developing the app. My original app was enormous. I had a specific team on it. I had a specific budget. Shockingly, all of that has changed, and we haven't even come to market yet. So,
well, I guess one of the last things I want to ask is, you must have people all the time saying, I love the idea of this app. I don't have kids, or I'm not going to use it with my kids, but I'm going to use it with my classroom or husband and wife.
I've had people say a lot about management, a lot of jokes about, husband and wife, or wife and wife, or husband and husband. And sure, those are great sort of off-label uses for the app. We don't even have to develop a different one. You can use it however you want. If you want to set expectations, measure progress, and share celebrations, it's good for any circumstance.
Well, all right, this is cool. Any closing words or words of wisdom to other app developers or future app developers?
No, I don't know. Ask me afterwards. Maybe I'll know more about marketing. If they have any tips on marketing, I'd like to know.
Where can they find you?
marblejar.winwinapps.com.
What's your email?
Anna, ANNA, at winwinapps.com.
And Vicki, where can they find you?
At parentingontrack.com.
Okay.
Email me at vicky@parentingontrack.com.
VICKI.
Oh, thanks.
VICKI at parentingontrack.com.